Tulsa taking on Memphis. We have Memphis 6.5-point home favorites, 61 the total in this game. Man, these are two teams that I have been betting against most of the season more than betting on them. I've not been impressed with either. Did I cash a ticket against both of these teams? I almost took UCF, but I was not. I was worried about the status of Plumlee in that game, that's what kept me off the game. UCF still got the job done, beating Memphis 35-28. Plumlee ended up not playing in that game. It was Mikey Keene, of course, at quarterback, and he still ripped apart this Memphis defense, which tells you how bad Memphis defense has been all year. I mean, they can't get stops. They can't stop any quality offense at all. They've given up 33, 47, 38, 35 in the last 4 games. That's enough of Ryan Silverfield, all right? It's time to make a change. This program has clearly been on a steady decline ever since Mike Norvell left for Florida State. I mean, where has this program gone under Ryan Silverfield's watch? Down the shitter. That's about where it's gone, as far as I'm good. I just don't think this is a very good Memphis team. 4-5 they are on the year. Now, Tulsa's not much better. In fact, Tulsa is actually only 3-6. But I'll say this about Tulsa. I cashed with Tulane. Tulane got the job done 27-13. Tulsa showed some fight in that game. It may not look that way, but, Tulane would keep getting the lead back to double digits, and Tulsa would try to answer. And Tulsa moved the ball, and they screwed up with turnovers a couple of times. They haven't quit on the season, Tulsa, even though they're only 3-6. We'll have to see if Davis Brin is ready to return at quarterback. He was out due to injury against Tulane, and it was Braylon Braxton who was at quarterback, and he was, mediocre at best. Barely 50% completions, 13 of 25, 146. They had a hard time running the football. The good news for Tulsa here in this game is, they should be able to run the football a little bit better. And whether it's Brin with the shoulder injury, if he's able to come back, and if he isn't, Braxton a second game, you'd think he's going to be able to improve a little bit. And the secondary for Memphis blows. It's absolutely awful. They're 119th in the country. Everybody can throw on them. I'm looking for a reason to bet Tulsa here. I know they're 0-4 ATS. They've been a point spread disaster area, but Memphis hasn't been much better. Memphis has not been necessarily great in a favorites role either. Remember, 13-point home favorites. They lost to North Texas. They did cover against Temple, but they were losing at halftime in that game against Temple, and I think Temple should have covered as far as they just fell apart in the fourth quarter. So I definitely lean to the Tulsa side, and I definitely like this over. Regardless of who's at quarterback here for Tulsa, whether it's Brin or whether it's Braxton again. I don't trust either defense. So 61.5, I think we could see enough points to get over that number. What do you think here, Conor? Tulsa, Memphis.
I agree with you. Let's touch on the total here. Both these defenses are horrible. You mentioned Memphis, the pass defense, their total defense, scoring defense on the other side. Tulsa, 90th total, almost there. 118th scoring defense. So give me the over here. It'd be a lot better. Braxton was okay, but Brin's the better quarterback. He's been there a long time. Better numbers. I'd want him in this one. And I have to tell you, there is no way in hell Memphis I'd like points. No freaking way. Even if Braxton's in, Tulsa would be the play here. And Memphis, even as a favorite, 1-6 ATS. Their last 7 at home. No way. It'd be the points here. And there should be back and forth scoring, especially if Brin's in.
You know how they say when you suffer enough scars in a mediocre to disappointing season, eventually there's going to be that game where you just don't show up. Look at Memphis. They had a heartbreaker against East Carolina. They gave the game away against Houston. I'll never forget that, how they gave that game away against Houston on that Friday night. They lose in overtime to East Carolina, heartbreaker. They fight a decent battle against Tulane, but fall short by 10. A heartbreaker against UCF with a backup quarterback playing for them. At some point, you let go of the rope when you've suffered all of these, excruciating, close, tough, painful defeats. So that's another reason why, it's, to me, you get Tulsa or nothing. I think this could be a week where Memphis, you lose. You're right there, you lose. You're right there, you lose. You don't get stops when you need them. And the scars build up, and I worry about a no-show here for Memphis. I'm not saying it'll happen, but I worry about that with all the tough losses that keep on accumulating for this football team right now.